Awesome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Tim.
Tim. I'm Liv.
Liv, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I heard I'm a huge Jim Morrison fan and the
Oh,
Doors.
yeah?
And so that's what intrigued me
Awesome.
at first when I read the email. I was like,
Uh-huh.
let me try it out. Let me listen to it.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then I started looking through your social media, and it is like you are a very artistic person, and
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely love to see what makes you tick.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of a quirky weirdo. I love strange things, hence my name. I went through probably 3 names before I got to Live Strange. Um,
I saw that.
and I've,
I,
huh?
I saw that. I was looking through your social media, and you would
Yeah.
pick names at different times.
Yeah. It's a funny thing, actually. I started as Olivia Reyes, which is my natural name. Liv Royale was actually already taken by by a porn star, and then yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, I can't really go with that name. And then I've really thought about it, and then Liv Strange just popped into my head. Um, and the reason for that, and as you were asking before, what makes me tick is just, you know, strange and unusual yet so common things about life, about everyday life that we pass by and don't really take into consideration as much as we probably would. Like I mentioned before, to many people, you never know who your next door neighbors are. Johnny could be a psychopath. Marissa could be stealing your mail. Joni could be having her dog taking, craps on your lawn, and nobody would know about it because you don't know who these people are. But each and every individual has something so unique and so weird about them. If you stepped aside and actually conversed with them to get to know who they are, you'd see that they might have some very dark and unusual parts of them as well. So knowing that there's a lot of hidden secrets and mystery behind people and life itself, that's what kind of draws my visuals and my music, is the fantasy, the mystery behind people and things we don't know much about. I feel like mystery is something that I really miss in this world right now. We get to know everybody. We get to see what they're doing 24/7. It's like, it's too much. I want you to be able to create your own story for yourself to see how your psyche responds to creating a story for that person or that environment or scenery. Or so it's just a mesh of a lot of cinema, a lot of movies that I've loved throughout the years, and also a lot of classical music and soundtrack music. I'm obsessed with Tim Burton and Danny Elfman, so that has a lot to do with it.
Do you feel that you're looking for something?
That I'm looking for something?
That you're trying to find something?
Not.
In the world of strange?
Am I trying to look for something? I feel like, especially when I have conversations with people, I'm very intimate with my conversations. So I try to get to know a person past the surface of what I see. So anytime I make a new friend, I think I do dig for information to try to see, okay, well, who is this person? What makes them tick? What are their triggers? What about you makes you human and so raw and like me, because you can play pretend all you want, and you can look like this on social media, and you can make yourself out to be this type of person that you want everybody to know. Who's really this person standing behind the flesh,
Mm-hmm.
So just looking for the strange in things that seem so common to maybe the average individual.
Do you ever go out and try to, like, I see a little bit of myself in you,
Oh yeah.
in the fact that every weekend I look up abandoned places or haunted
Mm-hmm.
places, and I
Yes.
go and travel. Like, I just went to it's called Murphy's Ranch in
Mm-hmm.
Hollywood, and
Okay.
we inside Murphy's Ranch, they have Um, it is abandoned Nazi compound.
No way.
Yeah, and it's fucking awesome. And I was like, man, I bet you should be into some shit like that. And so
I would. I would. I mean, my mom's obsessed with World War II and learning about, you know, the hardships and struggles of everything that went down during that time period. So that just knowing the history and the trauma behind that environment, it's so enticing in a way, you know, because you kind of feel like those people are there with you, good or bad, you know, you kind of take on that energy.
Are you in Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago at my family house, right?
Okay. Is there any places like that in Chicago that would be fun to go to?
Oh,
Like abandoned places or your freaky, strange places, I guess is no pun intended.
yeah. Yeah, you know what? I've found, oddly enough, a lot of places in the suburbs where I actually was born and raised in Skokie, where there have been abandoned factories and places where they've torn down buildings, but they haven't finished the construction or reconstruction. And I know we have some haunted places around here. We actually have really cool cemeteries with lots of history in them. We've got cool churches, but as far as abandoned places, I think you're mainly going to find like abandoned factories. I know on the south side they have abandoned residential areas, which I don't really touch that area because you never know, it's kind of dangerous over there. But yeah, it's I'd have to do more exploring, you know, because there's so many public places around here that everybody goes to.
And I love exploring. That's like the number one thing in my life. Like I
Yeah.
swear to you, it's every weekend. I'm going like there's an abandoned like 3.5 hours from my house. There's an abandoned water park,
Uh-huh.
and we went over there.
No way.
It's fucking ridiculous. And dude, so you have to park in the back, and in the back
Uh-huh.
of like it's on this big freeway, all desert, right? And
Mm-hmm.
when you know you can't go in front because there'll be a cop that goes by. You don't see your car and
Mm-hmm.
they'll come and
Mm-hmm.
get you. So you have to go in back to hide your car and then you walk. Well,
Right.
in the back they have like houses, like
What?
off of the premise of this water park.
Uh-huh.
And there's nothing for miles. And there's actual people that live in these houses.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's like fucking hills have eyes.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. I love that. Wait, so did you sneak up there then and check
Oh
it
yeah.
out, or
Yeah.
how was that?
Um, it's really cool. There's slides everywhere. You can see the lazy river. You can, they have like little like amusement park game booths. And you
Really?
can go in each and every one of them. Yeah.
Oh shit, that sounds like a good music video right there.
Dude, yeah, it really is. Um, and then like the Roosevelt Hotel. We've been to
Hmm.
the Manson Caves. We went there.
Oh my God. I've been wanting to go to that so badly.
Dude, next time you're around, come hang out with us.
Oh, for sure. Take me to all the places you're going to explore because I want to see
Bet.
these places.
We will. These are
That's
amazing
awesome.
places. Your
Yeah.
camera is off on the,
Oh, my camera?
yeah,
Oh shoot.
that one.
Oh wow.
Oh, there it is. Hi.
That was easy.
All right. The next thing. Oh, okay. Who is Liv Strange?
Liv Strange. Liv Strange
Not Olivia.
is
Liv Strange.
Liv Strange lives on Mars. She lives on Jupiter. She lives on Uranus. She, no pun intended. Just kidding. She is a girl with her head in the clouds, so far removed from society and the world that we live in that she feels she's floating in the universe, observing the whole world. from eyes millions of miles away. She is obscure and eccentric. She is quiet and shy, yet villainously humorous and obscene and obnoxious. And someone who is enamored by the abnormalities of our daily life and the world around us. Yeah.
What is your goal when you create?
My goal when I create is to access my fantasy world. I'm somebody who's first and foremost melody driven. So my lyrics are secondary in that respect. So if I can have a melody that takes me to a theatrical, universal place where it takes me out of this world, where I don't necessarily have to talk about what's going on, maybe in our country, or make it political. I can just talk about flying spaceships or demons or vampires, anything fantastical that kind of is romantic, dark, and but has kind of a raw side to it. It connects us, because I know a lot of people right now especially want some form of escape. So my goal is to encourage that escape for other people where in many ways they feel like they can't. I know that anxiety and depression right now all across the globe is, at a pretty high record. And that makes a lot of, daily regimens that you have a very hard struggle. So if you can find a creative outlet or even music to transport you from what we see and what we experience to a place outside of your ego and of your own self, then you can feel as though you can be safe. Nobody feels safe right now. You can feel safe, and you can feel like the universe is carrying you and rocking you back and forth like a little baby. So I want people to feel safe with my music. I want them to feel accepted, and I want to transport them to a different dimension, in a theatrical, fantastical, dark, and alternative way.
Do you believe in vampires? You mentioned it.
I mean, I think a lot of them are hot on screen. I've had my fantasies for sure in my head. Do I think they're real? I'm skeptical. I really haven't ever believed that they were legitimately real.
I had a fucking vampire on my podcast.
No shit.
I swear to God.
Okay,
he started up this cult, he started up in back in the 90s in New York, and
okay.
they really practice. It's not like they live forever or anything like that.
Right.
These guys are drinking blood. These guys, and he's telling me he's like, it is it's like doing cocaine and ecstasy at the same time.
No
is
shit.
What the high is for drinking blood. And then I brought up, I was like, well, is that because of adrenochrome? And then he got real pissed off. He was like, I don't participate in conspiracy theories. And I was like, this is not a question. What the fuck?
Oh shit. Man, you're revealing too much.
But this guy, he looks younger than me. And I know for sure he's 20 years on. He got 20 years on me.
Really?
Yeah.
And whose blood is he drinking?
He said he doesn't do it anymore, but this is back when he was a younger guy. People he would do it every day. He would have someone that he lives with, and they would cut herself or himself and fill up a goblet. But he says,
God,
you taste the emotion they feel at that time. Is what he said. So he said if the person's scared, then there's extra something in the blood that, because your brain pushes it from your brain into your bloodstream, and
Right.
so that's a different feeling, taste. If you're sad, it's a different feeling. If you're happy, it's a different feeling. Depending on the vibration of your human body,
Right. Right.
is what's happening to your body when you consume that blood.
I mean, I could see that making complete sense though, when you talk about that.
I've heard of other things, similar stories. I'm not sure I probably would, to be honest. But I
What,
would probably
try?
just tell people no, I wouldn't try. But I
Oh. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, maybe I would try too. I feel like I'd be afraid of, like, I don't know, disease and viruses though. So whoever would be giving their blood to me, if it weren't mine, it would have to be checked by somebody.
it was a live-in partner is what he was doing. So the person has to take a test, and then they're a live-in partner,
Oh, okay.
and so that's
Yeah.
how it goes. But he's had multiple.
Wow.
He said that's the difficult part, is the worry about diseases, because you can't keep your eye on someone all the time.
Right.
I mean, unless you're married or something like that, where you have that test.
Right.
That shit's crazy.
That's insane.
I had a fucking Satanist on my show too.
You had a who?
A Satanist?
Oh, a Satanist.
Yeah.
Oh,
Satanist.
shit.
And that was pretty cool too.
Oh my God. Wow. It's such an interesting lifestyle that these people have.
Mm-hmm. I'm so interested in things that are not normal.
Oh, you paused. Can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
I'm so interested in things that are not normal.
Right. Yeah, I have kind of a huge infatuation with, like, murder mysteries and forensic files, and like we've got John Wayne Gacy, who's I listen to the Crime Junkie podcast, and then occasionally I'll peep through, like, YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I'm not subscribed to any right now.
There's a guy, he has a YouTube channel. His name's Mike, and it's called That Chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dope.
That Chapter?
Yeah.
I gotta write that down.
That Chapter. And it's real palatable. I mean, it's within 20, 30 minutes, and it's over. And the way he describes things and his research is very spot on.
Oh, sick. Yeah. I love that stuff.
Are you into, like, trying to get into minds of serial killers?
Yeah, I love the psychology behind why we do the things we do. Whether it has to do with the way you're born, your adolescence, school, circumstantial instances of bad parenting or whatever. It could be anything. Just seeing what really, like, makes people tick. Because I feel like for so long in my life, I was such a people pleaser, and I'm still getting over that today. But
too. That's
yeah, and being a people pleaser, you're kind of walking on your tiptoes everywhere you go, because you don't know what's going to set people off. You don't know what's going to make them happy. And all you want to do is make it a cool, calm, collected space where everybody feels like, all right, we're vibing out. We can have a good time. We can respect each other. But, I used to get so butthurt if somebody took something the wrong way that I said, because that's the exact thing that I was trying to avoid. But thinking about them and what their triggers are, and the fact that it may not even have anything to do with me, it may connect to their childhood, it may connect to the past relationships with intimate or non-related intimate, just thinking about, okay, well, what happened to this person that made them so sensitive to what I just said or did? Because it came from a place of innocence. But for you are so turned off, but also turned on by something that just happened, and it brings you back to a memory that maybe you don't ever want to remember again, So yeah, the psychology behind why we do the things we do and why we are the way we are, thinking of, like, Black Friday at Walmart, thinking of why people go berserk and think that they have to run their shopping carts over people to go and buy shit. Like, what's going through your head in that moment to try to get a stuffed animal, a couple light bulbs, like what do you
consume, and you know what I mean, like just
right,
to consume.
right. And I feel like a lot of the time with serial killers, or even people like even Jeffrey Dahmer, like he ate parts of the body because he wanted to consume part of that individual, just like the vampires we were talking about. The blood, the flesh gives you the energy of that person that you ended up, sacrificing.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to think about. And that's why I talk about my neighbors who I don't really know. I can say hi to them on the street. I can go, hey, Dave, your dog looks great today. Hey, how's your wife doing? But they could be in deep quarrels every day. Dave might not be giving her enough sex and she's unhappy. His kid might be going through a rough time. Like you don't know who these people are. You don't know what their histories are, but there's something so intriguing about that, So just the individuals that we surround ourselves by are just very unpredictable.
I know, I'm with you. That's interesting like situation, to consume one, to be one with them. Just that thought is crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck. When you do you ever like try to channel that when you write? I know you said you're not really a lyric person, you're more of a melody person. Do you ever try to channel like these, because you're a very smart young woman. I think that you are very, very. I look at you and I'm like, oh, that's like me. I'm very. I question everything. I never take anything for what someone says.
Right.
I'm always trying to serve, and it's
right.
Because we don't know. Our history is been deleted. You know what I mean? Like, where do we come from? Who are we? How do we evolve to this point? And how come, up until, like, we don't know what happened 5,000 years ago. We have some ideas, but we don't know. And that's a little bit of time. That's a small portion. 5,000 years is not long.
No, it's not at all.
So do you write about any of this stuff do you try to capture this for your music?
Oh, totally. Even if I'm watching a show like Forensic Files and an episode leaves me completely disgusted, feeling sick to my stomach, but also kind of curious, one of the first things I do is go and make a melody that speaks to that video I just watched, or even a book I may have read. Channeling it through my melody is the biggest thing. I tend to go with more somber, dark toned melodies more so than happy and light, because it's just something that speaks to me. I'm able to kind of push myself out of scared Olivia Reyes, and delve into the persona of Liv Strange, who is fearless, who is, like I said, on another planet, who is interested in your flaws more than the best parts of you that you want everybody to see. So when I channel that through my music, it's melody driven. I like to play with my keyboard and use very cinematic elements like strings, horns, harpsichords. I love to use grungy guitars. I like to mesh the fantasy world of cinema and soundtracks and classical music with rock music, kind of like Muse does. They're they've got an electronic flair to them, but they also have this theatrical rock oriented type of sound. But anything more theatrical, I feel like, really speaks to the darkness of humanity, like even like Phantom of the Opera. Dun, 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 dun. It's so dramatic, but it's so heavy on your heart, and it really makes you think. I like music that makes you think. Not only does it sound freaking awesome, but it makes you think, and it transports you to another dimension. So
what does your dungeon look like? Like, 'cause
my
that's what,
dungeon.
yeah, I mean, I'm in my head, I'm thinking, all right, there's a computer here, there's two keyboards on each side, and behind you is all these guitars. Like, what does the dungeon look like?
Oh, I set it up so that I feel like I'm living in a Gothic church. I like to have candelabras behind me. I have this ginormous mirror that my family had in our living room when I was growing up, and they gave it to me. And what I do is, as I'm making my songs, I'll stop in between making the songs and I'll perform it to myself in the mirror, which inspires the next melody line or which inspires the next lyric.
So you're going completely on heart and feeling.
Yes.
Whoo, get it. That's dope.
Completely heart, completely based off of my emotions and my feelings, because let's be honest, it's hard to act out emotionally in the world, because acting out emotionally means you're not thinking in an efficient way for other people. You're not going to scream at your boss at work in front of everybody, even though you want to, because you got to keep the peace. But if you can do that with your music, what you should be doing with your music, you just let it all flow out, and you don't know what the hell you're going to get. But one of my favorite things to do is not only to, bask in the environment, have my candles lit and my my piano ready and stuff, but to perform the songs mid-writing. I'm very ADD. I was diagnosed at a younger age, so my brain is already bouncing off the walls. I need stimulation like every second, at all times. So if I can make my music and then my brain goes to perform it, then it inspires the next line. Then I go back, oh, that was cool, the way I did that, or this, or, like kind of immersing myself in a dark character. That's why Marilyn Manson, his aesthetic is so enticing to me. He just looks like a demon brought to life, and I kind of channel him through a lot of my performance. I wish I almost had some stilts that I could wear and walk around the street, just kind of pretend like I'm at a carnival.
You said your last name's Reyes.
Yes.
Are you Hispanic descent?
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican and Swedish.
Okay. I have a, our family is Mexican. So I know that on our side of things, we start coming around. I don't. I mean, I try not to. But if you come around with that shit, then they start saying, "Oh, bruja," or "You're a bitch," or is your mom whoever the Puerto Rican side is, do they sort of tell you things?
No, he's into all that shit. My dad.
Oh, he is.
He's into all that shit. Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Oh
good.
Yeah. No, he's
your
got
mom.
My mom's into that shit too.
Oh,
both of my parents are super into dark, weird stuff. They are just extremely curious about it, and they've been able to share that with me. So we're all kind of just a dark, kooky, weird family.
Do you know who Patty Negri is?
That sounds so familiar.
She's a psychic. She has been on Ghost Hunters. Ghost Adventures, sorry.
Got it.
She does seances. And we did a fucking seance in my house.
No way!
Yeah, it is fucking awesome. And
oh my God, what was that like?
I honestly think that it's real. Like, that shit might have been real. Like, she said that she knew things that other people didn't know. Like, she made contact with my friend's brother. Like, it was dope. It was really, really fucking amazing. We do a lot of this shit.
Did she give like these?
Pardon me?
Did she give specific pieces of information that nobody really knew?
Like, one of them that stood out the most is she keeps on going like this, right? She's like, someone's doing this. And then my friend said, my brother does this. His brother died.
Oh, shit.
He needs to go like this because he's saying that me, him, and his brother, they look alike from we were up.
No freaking way. Oh my God.
It was amazing.
That's insane.
Or I wouldn't be a great journalist if I didn't ask you about scary movies. So what
Okay.
are some of your favorites that you love?
Oh
Yeah.
boy. Well, first of all, to tell you what is scary to me, I really feel like the whole play on the psyche is really important to me. So something rather than blatantly gory, but more so fucking you up in your head after you watch it is the kind of horror I like. So like one of the first favorite horror movies that I ever watched, in my opinion, was Silence of the Lambs.
Good one.
Buffalo Bill was somebody who I felt really drawn to and extremely curious by. And just the whole idea of, you know, eating people and, you know, manipulating people's minds, just like Hannibal did. And just this feeling of being an outcast like Buffalo Bill. He wasn't able to get the transition surgery. So he turned to these heavier women to take their skin and use it as his. It's like, what makes you think that way? It's so haunting. And then he keeps this girl in a well. Like, you're like, what the hell's going on? So yeah, Silence of the Lambs. I really liked the movie Seven with Brad Pitt.
That's pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, that one was really good. I feel like the Halloween movies are always good, especially
How did you feel about the Rob Zombie one?
It's like, I was like, okay, I would much rather like watch House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's Rejects, you know?
Yeah.
Something. Midsummer was weird as hell.
Oh, I have that on my list. I haven't watched it.
Hereditary was weird.
Is that a good one to watch?
Dude, it's just bizarre. Yeah, but it's really weird. It's really weird. It's like, you just got to watch it. And they're from Sweden, so I'm like, oh, shit. I got crazies on both sides. Excuse me, my throat's dry. My throat is so dry. What was the last question?
No, I said I can't remember. I can't. So it's worth it watching it, is what you're saying. I will. I'm gonna watch it.
Mm-hmm. It's just bizarre. Yeah, you got to.
All right. So our time is running low. So
okay.
Is there anything else you'd like to put in?
Oh boy. I just think, especially now, with the music that I've heard for maybe the past 10 years, I think it's important to shed light on some of the really great artists that I grew up with, that I grew up listening to. Because I don't think we should ever forget some of the greats, especially from the 90s, which was one of my favorite time periods for music. Like Stone Temple Pilots, Chris Cornell.
My favorite band of all time.
Which one? Stone Temple Pilots? Sour Girl has to be one of my favorites. I Got You. And then Chris Cornell.
I saw him in concert right before he passed.
You suck. Oh my God.
I know. It's the only person, I mean, besides Kobe, it's the only person I cried him. Like celebrity wise. Because I knew it. Like I saw his pain the whole time, and he was just on Old Stern a couple of days before. Or like a few months before. And
I know. It sucks because it's like that Shinedown song, all my heroes are dead and gone. And you're like, shit, that's real. Like Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, even what's his name from Alice in Chains? Shoot, why am I blanking out? Yeah, but the lead singer of Alice in Chains, and it's just like, it just sucks, you know? And these were people who really showed true emotion throughout their music.
And it's never gonna be the same ever again. I mean, just on some real shit, it's really not. I mean,
Yeah.
how is it gonna be the same? How can it, like the way the music is right now? They
Yeah.
have rules, you know, 3-minute
Yeah.
songs. Make sure you have the chorus 3 times. You know,
It's crazy.
it's these little things that our heroes would be
Yeah.
those rules. We're not doing that. You know, we're doing
I love that. I
and
love that
standing
you
up
said that.
and standing up against the mainstream. There's no one doing that because everyone's too thirsty for a like.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Liv, it's been awesome. I'm gonna
And I
follow.
used to be so, I mean, I'm oh yeah.
Sorry, I think it stopped or it hiccuped. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna follow you personally, and I'm going to. I'd love to see any of your adventures that you go on, and to watch you grow.
Yes. It was,
The world
it
needs you, man, and
was,
this mindset. Go get them. Go fuck up this world.
thanks, man. Thanks, man. I'm gonna try. I'm trying. And it was so good meeting you, and I hope we can explore those crazy abandoned places.
Next time you're in California, come on down, man. We have a whole team that we're fun.
Perfect.
What we fucking do. All of October.
Awesome. I'm so down.
To like scary places and shit. So.
Oh yes, love it. Sign me up.
All right. Thank you so much for everything. Good luck. And
thank you so much.
remember, People Are Strange. It's out now.
Yes, People Are Strange is out now.
Where can people find you and follow you?
People can find me on Instagram, Liv Strange with 2 V's. And then my song is pretty much on all streaming platforms. You can listen to it on Spotify, iTunes Music, Amazon Music. And then there's also a little video up on YouTube with the song as well. So Liv Strange, People Are Strange.
Thank you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you so much.
It's been awesome to talk to you, and it's a breath of fresh air.
Awesome. Same here, man. Same here.
All right.
All right. Be safe out there.
Bye-bye.